How's it going, everybody? Doing a drink review here today and a kind of quick recap, or just a regular recap because there's only 4 games of the divisional round of the playoffs, NFL playoffs, and I'll probably just ramble about some other random stuff as well. The drink I'll be reviewing here today is A&W Root Beer. I'm not sure if I've done root beer before. I know I've done cream soda, right? I don't know. I probably have, but what are you going to do? I went to get my x-ray this morning, so I walked up to the place. It's on Main Street here in Islip. Of course, I left too early because I walk, obviously. I'm like, I gotta give myself time, and I leave. You don't realize it's only like 25-minute walk, and if you walk a lot, a 25-minute, half hour, 45-minute walk is nothing. Like, it's just nothing. And so I went there, and it was quick. I filled out the forms online, and they actually went through, which was nice. And boom, I was actually out of there before my appointment actually would have been. It was at 9:30. I got in there because they wanted in there like 9:10, and I was in there like 9:05, and then I was literally out of there by like 9:20. I haven't had an X-ray in years. I don't even know if I've ever had a chest X-ray, but I didn't realize you just stand up and press your chest against the thing, and then I was mentioning that this side here is like feels swollen and shit, so I guess they did another one. So I turned to the side, the left, and they took another one, so I'll wait for my doctor to get those results in a day or two, or I might be able to get it on the patient portal before that. But if it's something crazy, I would assume I would know what it is, but I'm not going to be able to read that shit. But on the way home, I stopped in 7-Eleven to see if there's any new beverages. Root beer is good. I do not drink root beer often. This is realistically my first root beer, and jeez, unless I did a review of it in the past year, I have not had a root beer in like a year. Maybe I did one. Actually, it's possible I may have gotten a root beer related drink from Cracker Barrel. I don't know, though. Root beer is good. I know Barks makes theirs, A&W. Mug has one, and then there's like Dad's root beer, and that's not a hard alcohol one, right? That's like a regular. And I know there's other brands as well. You can find probably more like regional stuff. But root beer is good. It just has a nice taste, like a unique taste. And I really can't describe it. It tastes like roots and beer. This and cream soda are like the old-timey drinks. They feel and taste old-timey. It's just good. Like, I really can't describe it, root beer, personally. I'm not good at describing much of any of this stuff. But like this one, I don't even know. Tastes like root beer. What do we got in here? There's not a lot in here. Dr. Pepper, 7-Up make this. They own A&W. Dr. Pepper is owned by Coke, I thought. Are they not? It's caramel in here. But, in terms of ingredients, this is not that many compared to some of the other ones. I do like a root beer, though. A good root beer like this, honestly, it's a 9 out of 10. I don't drink it enough. And it's caffeine free too, which is kind of nice. So it's like, even the Sunkist, I believe, is cream soda is, right? Oh, I gotta say, I actually prefer. They don't have it often in the stores. They used to. Well, I used to drink it a lot when I was younger. Caffeine-free Coke. I actually liked it more than regular Coke. Maybe I'll try to find. I don't know if you can find bottles of those, at least around here. You'd have to buy the big bottle. Not a small bottle like this, I mean, or a 12-pack of cans, which I don't want to do. Yeah, root beer is just a solid drink. It tastes nice. I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like root beer. That's all I can, I can't point to what it actually tastes like. It's just good. It's like almost refreshing in a way. I don't know how to describe it. I drank it more years ago. I don't drink it much anymore. Same thing with cream soda. And black cherry soda is another one that I don't drink more, and I like all three of them. So I know I've reviewed some black cherry sodas. I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 9 out of 10 on the old A&W root beer. I can't remember. I didn't drink a lot of the A&W. I used to drink a lot of Barks was the one I would drink the most. Their root beer and Mug. I want to say I like Barks maybe a little better than Mug, but like I said, I can't remember. Root beer is made when they squeeze a tree root and they get the juices out of it. That's the beer. I'm kidding. Anyway, let's get to this recap. I gotta remember to put the gum in this time. Because did I not? Or some video I forgot to for like 15 minutes. Saturday games. Ravens rough up the Texans 34-10. Impressive showing from Lamar Jackson here. Stroud goes for 175 yards, no TDs, no picks. They run the ball for only 38 yards as a team on 14 carries. Leading receivers Collins with 68 yards. They did not do much offensively. Lamar Jackson has 152 yards, 2 passing TDs. He's actually sacked 3 times. He runs for 100 yards and 2 TDs as well. As a team, they run for 229 yards. On 42 carries, Flowers, leading receiver with only 41 yards. Likely and Aguilar have the TDs receiving. It's kind of a big win for Baltimore because I know they've had some. I know they were upset a couple of years ago, right in the divisional round. So they move on to the championship. No one. I mean, I thought that might have been a little closer of a game, but no one's surprised that Baltimore won. And honestly, a great season for the Texans. They win a playoff game. They go 10-7. Looks like they got their quarterback in Stroud, which is huge. Of course, anything can change. It's only his first year, but I think that guy's going to be good for a while. That's like the best you can hope for because you're like, okay, our quarterback did well. We made the playoffs. We won a playoff game. They won the division as well, actually. So, let's see if they improve upon it next season. Saturday night game, Niners beat the Packers 24-21. This was a close game. The Packers they missed a field goal, I believe, and they went for it early. And I was surprised. I was like, bold move, but kind of stupid. Early, I think it might have been in the first quarter. They were 3-0, I believe. And it was like a 4th and 2, and they were in, obviously, 49ers territory. They went for it and didn't get it. Of course, you can sit here and say if they get it and they score a touchdown there, they win the game. But honestly, it was back and forth. A lot of people getting nervous that San Francisco was not going to get it done. They almost did it, but they did. Love has 2 TDs, 2 picks, 194 yards. Jones runs for 108 yards. Dobbs has 83 yards receiving. TD for Melton and a TD for Kraft. Mac and cheese. Purdy has 252 and a TD. He had his best drive was the last drive. I think they were down. I guess they were down 21-17 at the time. McCaffrey has 98 yards rushing on 17 carries, 2 TDs. Kittle has a receiving TD. I think Deebo Samuel got hurt, so they were playing minus him for most of the game. It's a tight game, but they did get it done. Let's see, because this was 7-3. San Fran was up 7-3, 7-6. Then it was 13-7. They must have missed an extra point. Green Bay. Then it's 14-13. San Francisco. Then Green Bay goes up 21-14. Then it was 21-17. Green Bay did not score in the fourth quarter. Once again, though, nice season for the Packers as well. So San Fran's going to be hosting the NFC Championship. So the two top seeds are in the championship, Baltimore and their leagues championships. Green Bay goes 9-8. They make the playoffs. They win a playoff game. They're in this game, and they almost can blame themselves a bit. But missed field goals obviously happened. But the decision to go on going for that early was strange. I mean, kind of, like I said, a bold move. I don't even necessarily fault him for it, but I don't know. Of course, everybody, that's what they do, right? Especially the analysts will go back with our immortal hindsight and freaking tell you how you should have did things, right? I mean, even with him going for it and getting it, you could still say bold move. It just worked out. Necessarily not a stupid move, just kind of a bolder move to do, but hey, what are you going to do, right? I mean, at the time, it didn't even matter. It was in the first quarter. But as the game went on, it proved, with the outcome of the game, it proved that maybe they shouldn't have done it. Now to the Sunday games. The Lions win again, beating the Bucks 31-23. So they're going to San Francisco for the NFC Championship. Good for the Lions. Let's see what they can do. You never know, man. San Francisco looks a little shaky. I don't even think I'm predicting the two games here. I guess maybe I will. I think I was right on all these games except one, and it was the one where I was like, I don't know who to pick. And it was the game I thought would be the closest, and kind of was, even though the Packers game was a 3-point game as well. So Lions winning 31-23. This was kind of a back-and-forth battle here. Mayfield has 3 TDs, 2 picks. He had a pick at the way end of the game. Because they had him. They were up like 31, I think, 17. And then it was like, there was only like 5 minutes left, I think. And then the Bucks just went down the field in like a freaking minute. They were on the ball for 89 yards. White has 55. Mike Evans, 147 yards and a TD. Receiving. Otten has a receiving TD, and White has a receiving TD. They did sack Goff 4 times. Apparently one cornerback on the Lions was getting destroyed. Goff has 2 TDs, 287 yards. No picks. Gibbs has 74 yards rushing and a touchdown. Montgomery has 33 yards rushing. St. Brown has a receiving TD and 77 yards receiving. Reynolds has the other receiving TD. Yeah, let me look at because I'm pretty sure they were 30. It was like back and forth, then the Lions went up. It was 3-3, 10-3, 10-10, 17-10, 17-17. 20, yeah, then it was 31-17. There was 6 minutes and change left when it was 31-17. Yeah, but like in less than 2 minutes, the Bucs went right down the field and scored. So they gave themselves time, actually. I said Mayfield threw that pick at the end. Once again, though, Bucs, you can say this about, well, except the last team, but the last game. Bucs, nobody expected the Bucs to do much this year, 9-8. They win their division. They win a playoff game. They're in this game till the end, pretty much. I think they signed Mayfield. I mean, everybody's saying they should. You have to, you know. I mean, he had a solid year. He's always been a solid QB. I don't think he's going to have one of the all-time great number one picks of all time. But he was not, in my opinion, he's not even close to a bust. I don't know why. I don't know the Browns organization and everything, but I don't know why they got rid of him. I forget. Because he led the Browns to a playoff win, too. But I think they have to re-sign Mike Evans, too. I mean, you have to do that because Evans like quietly has has such an amazing career, you know. So whoops, I skipped out. Why did I do that? So you're gonna kind of want those two because they had a nice chemistry throughout the year. Mayfield and Evans. We had Lions in the championship game against the 49ers. The 49ers make it the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, their fan base could be losing their shit. And of course, the last of the games, I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. It was a close game, and the Chiefs ended up winning 27-24 against the Bills. The Bills didn't miss a late field goal. That apparently brought up bad memories of Norwood in the Super Bowl against the Giants. If you watched my other video, I said this was going to be a close game. I'm surprised it wasn't a 1-point game. And I didn't know what to pick. Like, I was leaning towards Chiefs, and I said Bills. You know what? Here's the problem. The Bills are done. Like, they're done from the standpoint of they're not. They've had multiple opportunities. They can't. It's partially because Chiefs have Mahomes. They got great experience, right? But this is their first playoff game here on the road, and they get it done. It's not easy, but they get it done. So you have Mahomes, but you also just have they have the Bills' number now at this point. The Chiefs have the Bills' number in the playoffs, 3-0 against them. Here, in the last, 4 years, they've met up 3 times, I believe, right? Bills can't get it done. This was their opportunity to get past them, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. At this point, this Bills team, you'd have to think, can't get it done because the Bengals are going to probably be back because the Bengals put up more of a fight against the Chiefs. They beat them in the one championship, and then they lost to them, I think, in a tight game last year, right? And the Bengals beat the Bills last year, so it's like the Bengals would have made the playoffs probably if Burrow didn't get hurt. The Bills got to figure something out because they can't get past. They have to almost hope the Chiefs lose because they can't get past them. And this is a much weaker Chief team. I mean, you always have Mahomes, so it doesn't matter, and you have Kelsey. But still, this is the best opportunity for the Bills to do it, and they couldn't do it. So that's a combination of Mahomes still, being on the Chiefs, and he gets it done, and it's also just they have their number. They can't take him out. It could be a mental thing. Mahomes, nice little game here, 2 TDs, 250 yards, 215 yards, no picks. I can't say the running back's name. Somebody told me how to pronounce it, and I forgot. He did have a TD and 97 yards. Kelsey has 2 TDs, so there you go. Kelsey. Mahomes connection right there, 75 yards receiving. Some guy loses a fumble. This is a tight game. The Bills were up at the half, and then it was back and forth. I think they actually got a fumble from the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to score to actually extend the lead, I want to say, that they had. Maybe not. What was the score at that point? I don't know. But the guy fumbled it, I think, so I'd assume they got it back at some point. I did not watch the game. I saw some of the score going by, and then you hear some stuff. I mean, Allen here, 186 yards and a TD. I mean, that's not good enough to get it done. He runs for 2 TDs and has 72 yards. Actually ran for 182 yards as a team, so they did run the ball very well. But no big passing plays. Shakir has the TD, receiving TD. Diggs doesn't do much of anything. You just boil down to this if you wanted to. The Bills just can't get past the Chiefs. So they can continue to win their division unless the Dolphins overtake. And just hope that they avoid the Chiefs. Because you can sit here and say, Chiefs, the first year they played in the championship, the Bills were kind of like that upstart. Like, they were actually getting good. And the Chiefs had a little experience from losing to the Patriots the year before. They take them out. The next time they play is that crazy game where the defenses didn't show up in the final 2 minutes of the game. There was like 8 touchdowns in a 3-minute span, an overtime game. All right, no problem. And it was in Kansas City again. This time you actually get them in Buffalo, and they still beat you. And the championship game was not that close, I don't believe. The other two, obviously, overtime. This is 3. That's the thing here with the Chiefs and the Bills now. The Chiefs are this much better than them, and they lose by that much, you know. The Bills are going to probably do some shit, though, because they have to do something. I don't know what. It could just be a mental thing. This team has your number, right? I should know Denver lost to the Chiefs, like 16 in a row, although Denver just didn't have a good team, so. It's a little different when the Bills are a good team and you keep losing to another good team. It's just more. I think it hurts more when your team's not good and you're losing to a much better team. It's like, well, what? Of course. If Denver ever gets good again and continues to lose, it will be more annoying. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. So we got Ravens, Chiefs in the AFC, Lions, 49ers in the NFC. I think both games are close. That's all I'm going to say. Let's be honest, the Chiefs will get it done probably. Because they're still the cream of the crop in the AFC until, this is what, their 5th? No, wait, they lost to the Patriots, beat the Bills. Oh, they went to 2 in a row, right? Who did they beat that time? Was this their 6th championship game in a row? They lost to the Pats. They beat the Bills. They lost to the Bengals. Did they beat the Bengals last year? Is this their 5th? No, it's had to be their 6th in a row, right? I gotta look that up. Alright, I don't need to ramble because this went over 20 minutes anyway. I'm gonna look that up. Go to the old Football Reference. I know they said it was 6, I think. 6 championships in a row. Games in a row. But and they had to do it the hard way this time, so I love Football Reference, though. I want to talk about something else real quick after this because I thought it was cool. I might actually do something very similar. So 18, they would have lost to Buffalo, right? Who did they lose to in the 14-2 season? I still can't believe the Bucs hammered them that bad in the Super Bowl. That was crazy. Well, that was the year they beat the Bills. So, it's annoying. I have to click on the thing. So who did they beat when they won the Super Bowl? Tennessee. All right. See, I forgot. So 6 championship games in a row. I think 7 is 7 the most. Patriots, of course. But yeah. Could see a repeat of that Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the Niners. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. If I had to take a stab, I'd say Chiefs win because they have Mahomes and they get it done. Similar to the Pats did for a while. Obviously, these teams lose in the playoffs as well, but they make it hard, and they just get it done. That's why I want to kind of say, okay, they're going to do it. If the Ravens win, it's not going to be surprising, but I'd love to see the Lions get to the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I think that's a close game, though. Oh, yeah, I was watching this video on YouTube yesterday. I don't know how I even came across it, but somebody had simulated 28 seasons of Tecmo Super Bowl on the original Nintendo. I think they said they were like their kid, they had a newborn, son, and they were feeding him, and they were like, "Oh, I can't get back to sleep. I'm going to bring my kid in my office with me and simulate these seasons." And they kept notes and stuff, and they went down. Well, you didn't see the simulations; you saw some of the things, but they actually had written it down in a whatever you want to call it, Excel or whatever the hell, spreadsheet type thing. And it was cool. 28 seasons. They went through each one. The Niners were incredible in that game, and they won 15 Super Bowls out of the 28 seasons. They went to 21 of them. It was kind of nuts. It was cool. I was like, I kind of want to do that. Just do it. I mean, I don't own Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES, but I have Tecmo Super Bowl 2 on the Super Famicom. I have Tecmo Super Bowl 3 on the Genesis, and then I have the Tecmo Super Bowl on the PlayStation, so I could do it with one of those games, just simulate a bunch of seasons and see how it goes. I think there was a couple of teams. I think it was the Falcons, the Browns. Was the Browns and the Colts that didn't make the playoffs in one of those times. Those teams, well, the Falcons were not terrible, and he was surprised by that too. They had some good players. Indy was bad. The Bills had won, I think, 3 Super Bowls maybe. They went to 7 Super Bowls. The Bills, they played the Niners in every Super Bowl they went to, and they won 3 and 4 against them. The Niners were like a juggernaut in that game. They were ridiculous. I think they won every one of their divisions too, he said. The Giants were really good then. The Redskins had won it it was the 90, I think it was the 90 rosters, but it was the 91 season. The Redskins won it in the 91 season. But yeah. Anyway, 9 out of 10 on a good old classic root beer, A&W root beer, and a recap of the divisional round of the playoffs. And thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.